Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Please don't forget to show me some love by giving me that thumbs up. And if you haven't already, please make sure you hit that subscribe button and make sure to introduce yourself down in the comments if you haven't already. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get started with our very first DIY project. So we are going to take these super cute ornaments from Dollar Tree. Now they're definitely cute, but we're going to make them into something that's our very own. So you guys really think of anything that you have going on. There's people who like to do vintage Christmas, buffalo check. Let's say that you have a specific theme. If you want to do all, Santa Claus, all snowmen, all like my sister does, like a gingerbread theme. You can basically personalize these to be whatever you want them to be. And that's the greatest part. By the way, some of these are super easy to take off and some are not. So I'm going to show you a super quick trick on how you can get these off as easily as possible. So this is just like a little handheld sander. And if you go through along the edges and just kind of lift it like I'm showing you here, you're going to be able to just pull it up as easily as possible. There, I'm showing you, see? And you're going to go ahead and repeat the process for all three of your little ornaments. And now I'm going to show you the actual first DIY, which is homemade Mod Podge. So I actually have this Elmer's glue for quite some time, and I have not been able to run to the store to get myself some Mod Podge, and I decided to make my own. So you're going to need 2 parts of white glue. Now it doesn't have to be Elmer's glue. If you have like dollar store glue, as long as it's white glue, that's all you need. And then just a tad bit of water. So basically, if you were to take a bottle the size that you see here, with just a tad bit of water, you're just going to mix it. I'm doing it little by little because I want to make sure to get the consistency of a regular Mod Podge. So you're going to see me doing that. So that's basically the first DIY project. We are making homemade Mod Podge. And then I made it in an old mason jar so that I can simply put the lid on it and I can store it and continue to use it. So you guys, it's inexpensive, it's homemade, and you can use it over and over and over. So I hope you guys like that trick, and it works amazing. So anyway, we're gonna go ahead and take this material. I got this at Walmart. Walmart has amazing little things that you could use. So this was $1, I want to say 20 maybe. And we're going to use our Mod Podge, and we're going to go ahead and stick this down to our ornaments. So I personally love plaid anything, but this design was so cute and I absolutely love the snowflakes on it. And I wanted to make sure that mine had that traditional red, but also the plaid. So we're going to go ahead and set that aside and let it dry. So for now, we're going to go ahead and just kind of forget about it for a minute, and we'll come back to that in just a little bit. Now we're going to go ahead and move on to the second project. In the meantime, these adorable tags, also from Dollar Tree, of course, you are going to want to go ahead and take off the tags, and then you're going to want to rip off as much of the label as you can. If you can't take that much off, don't sweat it, you guys. It's not that big of a deal. I'm going to show you what you're going to want to do in the next step. Okay guys, so grab a sand block or sandpaper. I just have my little handheld sander here, and the idea is to just get rid of the glitter and then just make this as rough as possible. You don't have to take the entire thing off by any means. The idea is just to make it rough so that when you want to adhere something to it, it's going to attach easily. And of course, you're going to want to repeat the process with every single one of your tags. Okay guys, now it's time to take the other label off on the other side, as if we hadn't had enough fun, right? You guys, I need to talk to somebody over at Dollar Tree because these tags are ridiculous. Anyways, I ended up having to use my Gooby Gone, but it doesn't matter because we're going to cover it all up. So I'm using my Waverly wax, and we're just covering this up, and you're going to use it similar to how you would use a stain. So that's why it's kind of sloppily added on here, because we're going to go ahead and just add it and then we're going to wipe it off. So I'm going to show you exactly how we're going to do this, and we're going to make it look like faux wood, and it turns out so perfect, you guys. So check it out. I have shown you guys this technique before in my other DIY projects, but basically what we're doing is we're taking different tones of brown and we are distressing this to make it look like true wood. I'm doing natural knots and just, distressing it. So basically you're going to see what I'm doing, and hopefully you kind of get it so that you can recreate it, but it makes it look so authentic when it's all said and done. Alright guys, so for the next step, we are going to go ahead and take vinyl. Now, I didn't have any transfer paper, so I got to do it the very slow way of adding it letter by letter. So of course I'm not going to show you me putting it all down because that would be terribly long and boring. But yeah, it took quite a bit of time. So transfer paper is amazing and I really need to get me some. But anyway, if you don't have vinyl, if you don't have a Cricut or any type of vinyl cutting device, don't worry, my friends, because you can always use a permanent marker. You can always use paint pens. You can always use stickers. Just be creative, guys. I just used what I had on hand, and you can do the same. All right, and now we're going to go ahead and bring our tags back, and we're basically going to repeat the same process that we did for our ornaments, and we're going to take this awesome new fabric, also from Walmart, also only $1.20 or something like that, and we're going to go ahead and Mod Podge it to the back because we want our tags to have a completed look. These are statement pieces. Now, the beauty of the tags, you guys, is that you can either use it as ornaments for your tree, or you can use it as stocking, tags. So like to label whose stocking is who. Now these are pretty large tags, but I think they're fantastic and very farmhouse. So go ahead and have those dry, and now bring back your ornaments. And we're going to go ahead and now cut them. And again, of course, because I don't want to bore you to death, I'm just going to quickly show you how I cut the one. And then we're going to go ahead and cut the rest off camera. So because I want to be able to still hang these, I'm going to go ahead and use my Cricut tool to make a hole, but you guys can use anything. You can use a nail, you can use, tweezers, you can use, scissors, you can use anything to poke a hole. And we are going to go ahead and take the metal piece that was on there originally, and we're going to just hot glue that right back on. And honestly, you guys, if you want to just stop at this point, I personally think it is so adorable and it's simple, and just like that, it's already a statement piece in my opinion. Now I took some vinyl, and there's a couple things I learned from that I will talk about in just a little bit. But yeah, so I ended up cutting some words in this one. It says Happy Holidays, and because it's kind of like a phrase, it cut it all together. So that kind of turned out super cute and I liked it. But to be honest with you, I cut up more words. And I did one in black, as you can see here, and I hated it. And that is a harsh word, and I really, really hated it. And so I ended up taking it off because I loved the plaid by itself more than with the words. I ended up leaving the Christmas and the Happy Holidays, but I just wanted to show you guys do not need to even add any words. I'm not even sure if I'm being 1,000% honest that I'm going to leave the Christmas or the Happy Holidays because I absolutely love it by itself. And anyway, you guys, and you're going to go ahead and just add some twine or ribbon if you prefer, but I love twine because all of my stuff is very much farmhouse. And we're going to go ahead and have that so that we have the ability to add it at a later time. But of course, because I am me, we are not going to stop there. No, we're not. Once we are done trimming this, we are going to go ahead and do some embellishments. I like to add a lot of pizzazz to my statement pieces, and because they are statement pieces and I like them to differentiate from one another, I kind of change them up a bit. But again, this is a total personal preference, so you can certainly do this. And again, if you want it just to be very simple, you can leave it very simple. If you want to add a little bit of pizzazz to yours, you can do that as well. I am here to inspire and to motivate, so take what you will and let me know what you like. But you will also see that I end up removing that farmhouse charm in black, and I actually like it so much better. So you guys will have to let me know. And actually, before I forget, I did neglect to show on camera, but I do Mod Podge over the material on everything. So you want to go ahead and set everything. I do show the Mod Podging it on, but I did neglect to show you me Mod Podging it afterwards. It gives it a stiff, protected look. So I do recommend that. Now we are going to go ahead and bring our tags back, and we are going to go ahead and cut those out as well and proceed with our project. right, guys, so now it wouldn't be me if I didn't add more distressing. So I went ahead and took my handheld sander and I went in and added some more distressing with the sander. Now it looks a little bit rough at first, but once I clean it up, you guys will see the end result. And in addition to that, once you add the Mod Podge over it to kind of seal everything, it just finishes it up so nicely. But this, of course, is a choice. If you do not want to do this added step, by all means, you don't have to do that. And in case you were wondering, these are the names of my son and my husband. So these are tags that I fully intend on using for this Christmas holiday. So, stay tuned. You guys will be able to see it. But I love this added touch because it is me and I absolutely love it. Okay guys, and I knew I wanted to go ahead and add beads to my particular tags. They're very farmhouse and it would be the perfect touch and way to complete my tags. So I went ahead and got some cotton twine and I added 3 large beads as they would be the perfect size for the large tags. And then I ended up just getting a 3 of them together, and that is the final look as you see there. I just made sure to measure them all. And if you haven't seen me do this trick, don't worry, I'm using my nails, not my fingertips. You just kind of put a little bit of hot glue so that you don't have to use like a needle or anything because your girl didn't want to get up to go get it. But anyway, you just use that to put your beads through. And it's just as simple as that. Then you tie the end, cut off the excess, and that's all there is to it. And you do it to the 3 of them. The one thing, as I mentioned earlier, that I did not do on camera is show you that I Mod Podged it all, front and back, to finalize everything, simply because it's already a pretty long video and I didn't want to bore you guys to death. But I do recommend it just because you want longevity. And I might use these for who knows how many years. I know for sure I'll use it this year, but who knows how many years after that I'll use it. So I absolutely love it. And the great thing too is if you ever wanted to change fonts or anything like that, I personally buy removable vinyl, but you can decide what to do. But these turned out so perfect and I'm so in love with them. And it doesn't matter what way you look at them, they're completed in the front and in the back and they're perfect. Alright guys, and we made it to our last DIY project. So these are so cute, these little frames from Dollar Tree. And all you're going to do is pop up the back and you're going to go ahead and take this back. Now Dollar Tree sells glittered paper. I'm going to go ahead and take this red one, and the best part of their glittered paper, you guys, is that it's sticker backing. How genius is that? So it's so easy, it's ridiculous. So now I end up actually doing it twice because, as you can see, you can still see the words, but if you layer it up twice, you're not going to have that problem. So just an FYI, I have a feeling that regardless of the color that you use, the pack that Dollar Tree sells of their glitter paper comes with a few different colors, and I don't think it would matter if you used another color like green, for instance. I think the black words would still come through, but once I layered it 2 times, I couldn't see it. So just a heads up with that. Okay, you guys, so I went ahead and put words on this frame. Surprise, surprise. I'm not going to show you me putting it down again for the same reason, because I did not have the transfer paper. But I'm also going to give you a little bit of a hint. I love the way that it looks with the words, but I really wanted to give you guys options. I know not all of you have, a way to use vinyl, and I know not all of you want to be able to use stickers or want to be able to purchase vinyl or anything along those lines. So I knew what I wanted to do with a second one of these, and I thought, you know what, I'm gonna make a pair, and I absolutely love the way it turned out. So I'm gonna show you basically two options with this first one, and then I will show you the end result on how I kept it, which is something that I think would be fabulous for you guys because it's rather inexpensive, and I personally think that it turned out so cute and cute enough that I ended up keeping it that way, and that's how I'm going to display it. And these are statement pieces that I'm so excited to show off in my tree this year. So for the second one, we're going to go ahead and repeat the process and just pop out that backing. Now, instead of using glitter paper, we're going to use chalkboard paper, also from Dollar Tree, and it is the perfect size. And it's also a sticker, you guys. And the thing is, you only need one sheet because it's black, so you don't see through it. And so it is absolute perfection, in my opinion, of course. But we're going to go ahead and proceed with the rest. Okay, so as you can see up until this point, I've tried to mimic what I did on the first one, and it's kind of cute because I've done like a red stocking on the one and, the tan one. And what we're going to do is we're going to take yet another material and we're going to cut out a tree to add to our black background. And this is what I was telling you guys that I ended up changing. We took out the farmhouse Christmas and we ended up cutting the trees. Now this is much later in the day, and I cut off my nails, you guys, because they were driving me crazy. And you guys, my hands have been so dry because of COVID and washing my hands a million times, and using sanitizer like crazy. Okay, anyway, so this is a much later in the day, but I went ahead and took off the farmhouse Christmas, even though I did like it, you guys. I loved it, as a matter of fact, but I love this even more. I just think it looks so cute, and I love how it's basically the opposite of each other. So I did the buffalo check with a red glitter background on the one, and then I did the black background with the red and black buffalo check tree on the other. And this is what I was talking about, you guys. You don't need vinyl. You can just get a simple material or paper. You don't even need material. Like if you wanted to do this on paper or with paper, you can do that. Or if you have a clipping of something that you wanted to add any type of art or a magazine or anything, you guys just be creative. But anyway, I really love the way that these turned out so much. I really hope that I've motivated and inspired you today with all of the DIY projects. And I want to thank you so much for tuning in. Please let me know which is your favorite. And thanks so much for watching. Have a beautiful and blessed day. Bye, guys.